Welcome to Business Insight Fredericton. I'm Krista Ross, CEO of the Fredericton Chamber of Commerce. Today, I'm talking to Carolyn Gibbons, who has Consciously Clean Refillery.
This is our main bulk refill wall. We have 3 main brands that are all formulated in Canada for the bulk refill process. Well, we are a retail store designed specifically to eliminate single-use plastics. And the way that we do that is by providing our community here in Fredericton with an easy way to shop by bringing in your own container, purchasing one through us, and refilling clean ingredient products again and again.
How did the business get started here in Fredericton?
Back in November of 2021, I decided to open a refillery, and back then it was a mobile refillery. So you could order off my e-commerce website and I would deliver to your door, essentially porch refilling. And we had a pretty great reception from the community here. There was no dedicated refillery, and I soon decided to make the jump to brick and mortar.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about your location here on York Street.
So we found this place just a few months back. We opened on December 5th of last year now, and through help of the community and some various organizations, I was able to get up and running pretty quickly, almost to the point of whiplash. It's been really exciting, and we're really happy to be here.
I'm looking around us and seeing all these containers. How do you decide what products you want to carry in your store?
A lot of these products I've been using myself for years. I've been looking for clean ingredient and sustainable products myself for a long time. And so they're really been collected personally, and something I thought made sense to sell here in Fredericton once I got the business up and running. I also look to source my brands made in Canada and clean ingredient. So all 3 of my main brands here that you see are exactly that. They're formulated here in Canada for the purpose of refilling, so I'm able to purchase in bulk and then sell to our community here.
So when you use the term clean products, what does that mean?
It really comes down to the ingredients. We're looking for things that are formulated with less preservatives and less harmful chemicals. So that's really why I've sourced these brands. There's different things like that I look for, such as B Corp certified, EcoCert certified, and that they're made in small batches by smaller brands.
So what made you decide that you personally wanted to use these types of products?
Well, when I was coming into adulthood and going to start my own family, I was really searching for something with cleaner ingredients that were better for myself, better for my family, and better for the planet. I grew up on a family farm, so what we put into the soil always mattered. And I started looking for something that was locally made, because that again, it falls under the umbrella and reduces the carbon footprint. So that's how I found these particular brands.
Okay. So you've only been open in this retail space for a couple of months now. Mm-hmm. Will you decide to have more products as the business grows?
Absolutely. We are always searching for more brands, and we'll continue to bring them in. And we have lots of requests from the community. So, I mean, that's part of our duty here as we're serving our community here in Fredericton to bring products in that they already know and love. Mm-hmm. And we just do a little bit of the background research to make sure that they're brands that we can stand behind.
So when I think of refillery, and this is kind of new for Fredericton, does that mean that I'm going to bring in my own container and you can fill it up, or how does it work?
We encourage you to bring in your own container. We call it the BYOC, bring your own container. And we also offer a plethora of options that you can purchase pre-filled here, but then the idea is to refill again and again, thus eliminating that single use. And really the way we do that is if you bring in your own container, we weigh it, tear it, fill it up, and you're only charged for the product that you're buying instead of the container. So it saves your wallet as well.
In order to operate a business like this, what's your background?
Passion for sustainable living and for clean ingredient products. It's something I've been doing in my personal life for a long time. And I really was looking for a career change as I was coming, as I had my own family and was coming to a different age, and I thought I would like to match my passion with my purpose. I don't have a business background, so I am learning every day and making mistakes every day, making great decisions every day, and it's working. And I think when you have a passion for something, it shows, and you can find success.
Tell me about the types of products that you have here. What's the breadth of the product offering?
We offer mainly cleaning and personal care supplies, and that can be anything from toilet bowl cleaner to the DIY cleaning ingredients such as cleaning vinegar and baking soda, as well as a wide variety of shampoos, conditioners, shower gels, things of that kind.
So let's say I am accustomed to a commercial brand of product, but I decide I want to have a more sustainable choice. How am I going to find comparing the products? Am I going to enjoy them as much? Do they lather as much?
All of these brands, their efficacy is better. They're formulated with better ingredients and less preservatives. And I think sometimes when it comes to lather, there are bad ingredients that are giving you that sensation and that experience that we all want to have in the shower. There is a lather with these products. And I think once we get over that mental attachment to these certain things and you see how they actually work, how the hair, how the skin feels, you'll never go back.
So you started this business as a mobile, and then you decided to have a store. What did you find was the biggest challenge of starting a business?
As far as making the jump to brick and mortar, finding financing and the particulars of that are challenging when you don't have a business background. And the other challenging thing, I would say, would be awareness and getting a newer idea pushed out there enough for people to come and shop. So advertising, marketing.
You mentioned that a challenge as a new entrepreneur is finding money to get this business up and running. Where did you find money?
Well, Planet Hatch was very instrumental in helping me finalize my business plan so I could apply for a proper loan as well as a grant. And from there, I was also able to apply to the Futurepreneur loan.
I know people are receptive to this. You've told us that you've already had some new customers, but are the people that are coming people that had been looking for this, or are you actually converting people to try it?
I had people finding me because they already use these tried, tested, and true brands, but they haven't been able to find them here in Fredericton, and they've been shipping them.
Glad to have stuff available locally because we've been ordering things online.
I've also had people that are just looking to make changes, but it's not easy to do, and there's no time. People don't have time, so if they can't find the time and it's not easy, they don't make those changes. So really that's what this type of store does. It makes it easy for people to change their routines and shop cleaner products.
It's beautiful,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it really does. I'm going to take this there too.
Shall I pick a few?
Yes, pick a few,
Okay.
yeah.
Deep sea is beautiful.
Okay.
Coconut honey.
So you have a great location, literally in the center of town here on York Street. When can people come and visit your store?
We are open 6 days a week. Sundays are only day that we're closed. Monday to Wednesday is typical business hours from 10 till 5. Thursdays we're open later for anyone shopping after work hours. Open till 7 on Thursday evenings. We're open till 6 on Fridays, and Saturdays 11 to 4.
Obviously, with all of those hours, you're not working here alone. Tell me about your team.
Okay, so we have 3 other employees, 2 part-time and 1 person that works full-time with me. We brought everybody in pretty quickly before this store opened. Up until this past fall, I was a one-woman show.
One of the things I noticed as I've wandered around your store is that you have other products in the store. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, so we've, with this physical space, we had a little bit more square footage to work with, and that was intentional. We didn't want to just offer clean ingredients. We wanted to bring in some other options, some other people in the community, some artisans, makers, and we have them here on consignment. So we've been able to grow, and it's very fresh for us.
So although this is new in Fredericton, it's maybe not as new in other communities. Tell me about the evolution of this type of business.
Refilleries have been popping up all over Canada for some time now. I believe the last time I checked, there were just under 100 refilleries in Canada.
Wow.
With the bulk of those being in British Columbia, and Ontario. There are a few popping up here in Atlantic Canada, but it's still a very new idea, which was one of the hurdles I had starting this business here, was people asking me the question, what does that mean? What is a refillery? So I think we're really answering that question in a big way now.
So you mentioned that most of your products are either, body care or household cleaning. What about food products? Will you venture into that market at some point?
There's a big question mark there, and I'm definitely open to the idea. I've been toying around with the idea of starting with some tea and coffee. And you're not the first person to ask me that question, which tells me there's a demand here in Fredericton. People are looking to be able to refill their food items as well. We could do it in a cleaner way with more intention.
Do you think of yourself as an entrepreneur first or as an environmentalist first, or how do you identify?
I was an environmentalist before I was an entrepreneur. So now I'm both, and I think the passion behind sustainability and being good to our planet, being good to ourselves, that's where this all started, and that whether I have a business or not will continue to be my passion. So I would say maybe that's paramount. But I've had entrepreneurship runs in my family, and there was the itch to do this for years, and I just never quite landed on what that looked like until the idea of a refillery came, and everything happened very quickly. So, in my heart, it's the environmentalist in me that drives the place.
One of the things that you mentioned was getting people in Fredericton used to the idea of a refillery. How do you get your message out? Social media, or what is your means?
We have primarily been using digital marketing, social media, some Google ads, things like that. This is not my background, but it's worked very well so far. And as far as traditional marketing is concerned, our windows do a great job of that. We've utilized them really well since we've been here. I also like to attend markets. We'll be at the Fredericton Home Show in April. And we'll continue our efforts with digital marketing. Instagram and Facebook have really worked well for us.
And they're very visual.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You mentioned you're on social media. Where do we find you?
We are primarily on Instagram and Facebook.
And they're both under Consciously Clean Refillery?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So what about word of mouth? How many people come in and say, I'm here because my friend told me?
The markets really got us going in that direction. A lot of people found us there, and we had that face-to-face conversation. And here in Fredericton, it's the capital city, but it's really a small town in its core. So word of mouth goes really far around here. So it's, I would say, over 50% of the people who walk in say, my mom or my friend, or, I work with somebody who knows what you're doing over here. So it's been fantastic.
I feel like the clients that you would have, like you, would have a passion about clean products, about the environment, and that would make them even better ambassadors for the service that you provide.
If you come to shop here, there's a camaraderie in it, because we're all looking for the same types of things, and it is a sense of community, and it's really easy to work in a place like this and talk to people that are like-minded and are looking for the same things, and to get excited about cleaning products. It's really fun.
So what about competition? Do you have competition, or what do you consider your competition to be?
Yeah, there's always competition, but I truly feel in the work that we do here, it's a good thing. We all want the planet to be in a better state than when we left it in. So if there's more people out there trying to push planet-friendly products, it's a win-win. And on the marketing side of things, competition drives the market. So people want more of what other people want. So I really don't focus too much on that, and I just come to work every day and do the best I can here.
Because you're providing products that people will use on their body and in their homes, are there regulatory issues that you have to be mindful of and things that you have to adhere to?
Refilling is a newer idea, and not necessarily refilleries aren't regulated, but there are some particular regulations that we should follow. So definitely weights and measures. We pay attention to those. Container management and labeling acts. Those are the main ones that are maybe a bit more unique to something that we do here, because we are refilling potential containers that don't have the initial brand connected to it. So we make sure to comply with those.
Since you opened in the physical location here on York Street, what would you say has been your biggest success?
I think my biggest success is every day, because brand new people walk through the door and are excited for these products. And it's a humbling experience, and it's an exciting experience.
The flip side of success is sometimes failure, or we can call them learning opportunities.
Right.
What's the biggest learning opportunity you've had?
Yeah, I have learning opportunities every day, Krista. I am not a business major, but I do have a passion for it. So that drives me every day. And I think, failures is a scary word. Mistakes, we all make mistakes. And I don't think they need to be failures if you learn from them.
I know that you have a passion for this work, and I know you love coming to work every day. You've told me that, and I can see it in your face. But what's the best part of the business?
Knowing that I'm solving a problem. It brings me joy that I'm making a mark, making my mark in the way I want to, and actually making a difference in so many small ways that will actually have a big impact.
Welcome back to Business Insight Fredericton. I'm Krista Ross, CEO of the Fredericton Chamber of Commerce. Up next, learn more about Consciously Clean Refillery.
So this is Stella, our commercial grade dishwasher. And what we use her for is we take all of our donations from the different jars and bottles that the community gives us, as well as ourselves and our staff. We clean them, get rid of the glue and whatnot, and we sanitize them here so we can then refill them with our products. So I'll actually put a load through here. We lift her up. These have all been pre-washed.
Tell me about Stella.
We put her in through the seed grant at Planet Hatch. They helped us finance that project. And the reason we have her is to comply with container management and able to clean and sanitize containers that people bring in for refilling or for our jar collection, which we're currently growing. We encourage you to bring in glass jars of all kinds. And we will clean them and use them here for people to refill for free or by donation.
I can bring in glass jars?
Yes, absolutely. We haven't actually advertised this yet because, like I said, we're just really getting started, but we don't recycle glass here in New Brunswick. And I mean, they're great for so many things. So yes, bring them in, we'll clean them up and fill them with beautiful products.
So people can bring in their own containers for their own use. But you also get people to bring in and contribute containers that they don't want anymore, and you can use them for others. Tell me about that. That's amazing.
Absolutely. It's not solving the problem, but it's a step in the right direction. We're trying to find a way for the waste to not end up in the landfill. So please bring in your containers of all kinds, and we will do our best to reuse them appropriately for the community.
I think in every business, and maybe in this type of a business in particular, the term "it takes a village" means something. So tell me about organizations that have helped you along the way.
The first one that comes to mind is Planet Hatch. Things moved really quickly. They were able to help me fine-tune my business plan in a way that I could then get financing and then further financing and be taken seriously by commercial landlords. That enabled me to get here. So they've been very instrumental. The Chamber has been very instrumental for networking reasons, and you're here today, which is really fantastic. I'm happy for the opportunity. Organizations like Opportunities New Brunswick have been really great, just getting access to information that I didn't know existed and really saving me time. So those are the main ones, and I really would have to say as well, the CAP, with the Recap Night Market, they were one of the first markets that accepted me in and where I really got to know so many different people in Fredericton that were excited the Refillery was here. So the partnership with them, I was there every Thursday night, will always be near and dear to my heart. They were really great to me.
So you talked a little bit about organizations that have helped you. What's the best advice that you received in this entrepreneurial journey?
To not be afraid to ask for help. It can be a bit of a lonely road being an entrepreneur, and there's so much information to take in and so many steps that need to happen. So ask for help. Ask someone that's been down that road before.
If you were going to give advice to someone starting out, maybe in a refillery business, but really just in any small business, what would the advice be that you'd give them?
I would say to start with one step in that direction there's so many people I've talked to, entrepreneurs or otherwise, that have dreams and we're afraid to take that step because there's a laundry list of things that go along with that. But I find one step gives you the momentum, and then that step brings you to the next step. So take one step in the right direction.
The longest journey is started with one step.
You got it.
Speaking of laundry, I know that you carry True Earth.
I do.
Tell me about that because I want to get some while I'm here visiting you.
What they do is have strips, as you say, and essentially what it is they have taken the water out and concentrated the cleaner. It's very easy. You throw the strip in with your clothes and away you go. The washing machine already has water and it cleans the clothes fantastic. The efficacy is great, and it's clean ingredient and made in Canada.
So if I'm using a product like True Earth, how environmentally friendly is it?
They are toxin free. So they're made without sulfates and any of those other harsh things that we're looking to eliminate, especially with laundry, because we wear or sleep in the things that are being washed with the detergent. So, I'm really passionate about laundry detergents and fabric softeners in general.
We've talked about advice, some that you've received, some that you would give, but what about a mentor? Have you had anybody that's really mentored you in this business and in this journey?
One of the pieces of advice I was given was to find a mentor, and that I did. And she's fantastic. She's from a local company here, Alicia Phillips with Educated Beards. And she's been giving me really great advice, and it feels really comforting to have someone maybe watching your back, but someone that's walked the road. So absolutely, I recommend getting a mentor to any entrepreneur.
You probably have some goals set for the coming year or the coming 3 years. What are your goals? What is next for Consciously Clean Refillery?
We'll be continuing to grow our inventory, and we have our consignment up and running, and we're always bringing more in. The employee that works full-time with me is really managing the consignment side of the work of Consciously Clean, and we've also started workshop series.
Oh, wow.
So that's really fresh for us, but I'm excited to see where that takes us. We just started with a chakra-themed yoga series last week, and we'll be continuing to do that once a month for 9 months. We have lots of other plans in the works for different workshops that will be with our local artists and makers that way.
The other thing that I'm interested in, because, the Chamber of Commerce is interested in all small businesses, this isn't a business that just serves consumers. Tell me about your business-to-business program.
We are just starting to grow this part. This may be part of our 1 to 3 year plan, but we are refilling some local businesses in town. And really what we're doing is, reducing some carbon footprint instead of shipping from all over Canada, but we're allowing our businesses here to also refill with clean ingredients that are better for them, better for the planet, and it's supporting local. So we're just getting that up and running. Our very first commercial account was with the 10 Spot here downtown.
You have only been open here for a few months, so you're at the beginning of your journey. So far, what is it that you're most proud of?
I'm really proud of the growth from where I started until now. I launched, as I said, November 15th of 2021, and it was almost to the day a year later that we had our grand opening here in the physical location, and I couldn't be prouder of the growth.
Well, thank you for sharing your story with us today.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you're here, and really thank you for the opportunity.
We're always looking for great companies with a unique story to feature on the show. If you have suggestions, please get in touch with us.